Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Raju from Smart AI Technologies. In this session, we will see how to build online voting system using blockchain in its backend. So whatever you are seeing on the screen, the user interface that we built for online voting system, which is having blockchain running in its backend. Now we will see the demo first, how it's going to work, and once we see the demo, then we're going to discuss about the IEEE papers over which we are doing this project. The IEEE papers we are referring actually having few drawbacks. So we are trying to improve or overcome that drawbacks, or we are trying to add few more things so that we can make this online voting system more secure and safe. So over our IEEE base papers, we are trying to uh, add few more good features or valuable features so that it can be a very good project for any student or researchers to present. So we'll see the demo here. We have a two option. One is for voter and another is for admin login. So when you click on the voter here, I will take to this page. Now here our first requirement is Aadhar number. So any user, he need to enter Aadhar number to get first verified whether he is a proper authenticated person to vote or not. So if you enter random number, for example, so random number I am entering, which is not Aadhar number from any database, our database. If you give like that data, we need to check first. Okay, this is not a proper Aadhar number. So use authenticated Aadhar number is a notification that we are getting. So now to showcase the work of this project, we have a sample database. So this is just a sample Aadhar card database I am having for testing our project. So now going to use a random number. For example, I will take the first one which I already used to vote. So if I take this again and if I use that Aadhar number here, vote again, it won't allow. It says you already voted because this is already voted. Okay, the ID is used to vote once, so it will not allow again to vote. Whereas if I go here and if I select this random number, different Aadhar number randomly from my database, which I didn't test, okay, which I didn't use to vote in the previous session. So now it says it will be sending OTP to us. So you need to update that OTP for verification. So once you enter that OTP and once you submit, it will allow you to vote for whomever you want, which party ever you want. So again we have four parties. So let me vote to, and then this is not a register. This button is actually vote. When you click this button, it should automatically vote and it will bring back to your home page because that voting process is done. Again, whatever the things are happening here, any data exchange is happening, maybe entering your Aadhar number, OTP and everything, maybe you are voting to some party, all the things will be now processed through our blockchain. So the data will be converted or as coded and that will be encrypted. We have a particular methodology I will explain while we go through some base papers, and that time you will understand, okay, what are the techniques we are using in the backend. Again, I need to go to admin nothing but the election commission. They should get the data, how many votes came for which parties. For that, we're going to do. So now you see here. So the result is coming. So how many votes happened? Party 4 is having 4 votes. Party 3 is having 2 votes. Party 1 is having 1 vote, and Party 0 is having no votes. So finally it says who is the winner at the end of the election or the end of the voting stuff is done. This is how it is working, and every data which is moving around here, maybe entering the user related data, OTP to voted information, who voted to whom, everything will be now as coded and it will be encrypted. So then only that will be meaningful. The encryption or the safety of the data will be meaningful. Now this is, if this is our project, then how it is different from other people or other papers, that will take up IEEE based paper, which is blockchain enabled online voting system. So in this research paper, what they were using, and how we are making improvement over that. For example, when you see this paper, it says async using SHA 256, but in our case we are using SHA 512, so which is twice complex than what they are using in this paper. So this is for converting the data to ASH code. And what is our second methodology, which this paper is not discussing, is actually we are not leaving this ASH coded data as it is. Now what we are doing is we are going to make it double layer protection. So for that purpose we are going to use encryption techniques over this hash coding. There is a value that is hash coded. Over that hash coded, we are going to do the encryption and encryption. Okay, using private and public key, we are going to do encryption with the public key from the user and decryption by the admin side or election commission. So the hash code itself is encoded, so it will be double coded fraction of the data. And then what is our third profit or the third methodology, is actually we are trying to detect the vote coming from which server, from which device, whether that device, that source is authenticated or it's an attacker, because there are so many types of attacks. Okay, so few of them are men in middle attack. Okay, so and again a brute force attack is there. Like this, there are some attacks by using which uh, hacker can attack and try to mimic himself as a user, and he may vote, a fake vote may happen even though we have so much of procedure. In that case also we are going to build a machine learning model. We are going to build a machine learning model which is going to classify first of all whether the person who is voting, that source of vote is authenticated or not. If it feels that is hacker or unauthenticated or there is some problem there, it will classify that unsafe and it will block it. Until and unless it uses authenticated source, it won't allow. For example, you may say, I think whenever you visit any government websites, they will always refer you to go with Mozilla Firefox rather than UC browser or Chrome browser, if you aware of that. The case, okay, browser is a one stuff. Again, okay, there are so many parameters. That's the kind of things we are trying to integrate in our project. So we have a better methodology than what is presented here. So again here also these people also built again same register, login and voting stuff. So in our case we are using names called party 1, party 2, party 3, party 4, but they are using particular party symbol and names. So for us what we need is what actually is their methodology and what is our methodology, and also we have our good looking website web application running here. So now again there is another IEEE based paper called a framework to make voting system transparent using blockchain technology. Here also they discuss about how to build a blockchain technology so that we can make a uh, secure voting stuff, voting process, so that no one can access who voted for whom. So you can see the process here in this block diagram, voting system architecture. It also speaks again the same. The people, the voters will be connected to the server or the devices, okay, connect to blockchain through DAPP. They are using DAPP. So again, here are the same stuff will happen. They will first verify authenticated user or identification authorization, and data voting information will be sent, and again it will be converted. Again the authorities will access it and will extract information, or in this case we can say they will compare this data or acid data with their acid data, and they will get the result, okay, whom voted, that's all. So no one can access anything out of it. No attacker can understand anything from here. This is also one of the paper you can go through, but I we can advise that go through this paper if you are in level 1, then go to this paper. And in second paper they are not speaking much about coding part of the technology, they speak about hardware stuff little bit more. It depends on you which one you want to refer. So in our case, the best paper, the base paper, we can say the base paper for our project is actually the blockchain enabled online voting system. So using this, for this we made so many improvement and we built our web application which is working in real time, and every data flowing here is uh, protected through blockchain plus encryption technique, and also through our machine learning technique. Here we are trying to show you small code which actually shows how we convert any data to hash code, then how we try to encrypt and decrypt, and all those things. I'm just showing it as a small demo with Python code. For hash code conversion I'm using hashLib, a Python library. And in case say where situation when you voted for party 1, now I need to hash code this data and I should save it. So I will be having a variable called party1. So now I will call hashLib with shf I want to dimension. Now using this I'm going to feed my variable this voted party. So I will feed with encoding. So once I feed it, the whole data will be now exa digest, or it will convert it into a exa format or hash code what we say. So this is irreversible. You can't bring back party 1 from this. There is no way at all. So actually what we do for that, and how actually blockchain converted data will be used, and how we get to know which party they voted and how we will count the votes, those things will be done. For example, from server side, again I will try to run this code. Now the whole data is converted into this hash code. Again this is also done on the server side. So when you click on party 1, this hash code will come, and in the server side also they will be having the hash code for party 1, party 2, party 3 and party 4. So they will compare it. They can compare, and no one will be having these codes except the election commission or the admin in our case. So if anyone get this, it is meaningless for them. Only for the election commission it is meaningful, because they will already be having a copy of it. They'll compare. For example, party 1, they will be having this, and they will compare the above with the below one. Okay, so if they are similar, they will understand you voted for party 1. Otherwise, if you vote for party 2, hash code will change. They will be having again for party 2, they will be having another hash code. They will compare. Okay, so here you see this is different from this. Again, if you bring a party 1 here, it will be same. This is the way that we analyze or we use this hash coding or blockchain technology to exchange the data carefully or store the data with good protection and safety. No attacker can reverse this code. No one can reverse this code. If he like he should get back the original data, he should try 2 to the power of 512 variations of combinations of data. But doing that till here, it's actually a very tough job, or theoretically it's little bit impossible like stuff for any attacker. So it's very hard to attack on this like this data and get or reverse the data. So if they have the code here, then only they can use to compare and get the information what is there. Otherwise they can't do. Even in our case, we are not storing this directly. So now what we are doing, okay, it's fine, we have a hash code and no one can attack it, but then also we are trying to add a two-layer protection again to this data. Whatever the data we will get, hash code we will get, we are trying to encrypt it using public key. So for that we are using RSA algorithm. As you can see here, using RSA algorithm, first we are generating our keys, public and private keys. Then what we are trying to do is we are trying to encrypt our data. That is, whatever the hash code will get, that hash code itself will encode, will cover it up with a box like stuff. If you want to analyze it, you can say if you have something some hash code, over that we are covering with encoding technique. Okay, that encoding technique is RSA algorithm using public key. Only that can be decrypted with help of private key, which is present in uh, election commission or the uh, target body. Okay, so whoever want to encrypt it, okay, only they can encrypt and they can take the hash code, then they can compare the hash code. Okay, so we are making it more complicated or more complex. And also, as I mentioned you, uh, in this case we are trying to use our machine learning model to detect, first of all, to detect in the entry phase only. Whenever someone try to use and enter other number, in that phase only we are trying to detect whether the person who is trying to vote is authenticated or the source of the vote is uh, allowable or not. Even though if they mimic, if even though they will mimic as a person with some good or authenticated other number, because nowadays technologies are expanding to the very high level. Even there are so many robotic in case software, okay, robots which can act like a human being. So they can break the captcha, they can break even uh, they can even decode and solve the puzzle. So nowadays even attackers also trying to see the possible ways to attack and get the data. So in this case we are trying to make it much complex than what it is, so that no one can understand the data, no one can fetch the data, because when it comes to election, the main thing is the safety of the data. So that's why nowadays EVM is being used, so that the data will be private and like that. Okay, even that is also having some opposition, so that people are telling go back to ballot system or like that. So all these things are there. So if you are bringing up with some technology, you should understand what is its profit or benefit, and also what is its cons. That's why we are trying to make it as complex as possible. So now if you are interested in this project, and if you want to take this project for your research project, maybe for your MTech, PhD or BTech, MS, so you can take this project and we will be helping you from A to Z of the project, maybe from selecting base papers to uh, synopsis making, coding the entire stuff and making you to understand what we are doing, taking the classes, mentoring you, and allow you to make some codes. So we will be assessing you from first day to the final presentation of your project, maybe external presentation or the final exam. We'll be helping you, we'll be mentoring you till from A to Z of the project. If you are interested in these projects, you can contact us the given below number. You can even WhatsApp to that number. Our team will be uh, contacting you back, and we can have this project and our mentorship. And to present it specially, uh, we can provide you uh, certificates, because it will be just like a workshop for us. So we will be teaching you, will be learning, you will be implementing sometime. So even you can get a certificate for this thing. So that will be helpful for your interviews. And nowadays, the first question from any interviewer, if you are a fresher, is what was your project and what was your role in that project. They want to know what you've done, and they know the importance of the project. So if you do something special or something good here, it will be very helpful for you to present and make that interviewer impressed over your work. Yeah, this was all about today. We'll see in the next class with some good projects. And also, if you are looking into other projects, you can go to our channel and see some other videos. We have around 94 to 95 videos which are having good information and good project. So they may be very helpful for you. You can go and check them. And if you are interested, you can contact back us. And we have so many other topics and other projects where we can guide you to uh, build those projects. Okay, so we have so much of information with us and technologies with us. And if you have your own ideas to implement, you can bring them. We will implement those projects. Okay, so yeah, that was the thing. And don't forget to subscribe and again, don't forget to like our channel. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video.